I'm a multimillionaire, and when my family visits, I rent a flat to pretend that's where I live. My brother found out about my first business deal 6 years ago, and within a week, he'd called me 3 times asking for 30 lakh rupees. I didn't lend it. He didn't speak to me for 2 years. That told me everything I needed to know. I didn't grow up with money. My parents worked long hours for average pay, and we never went without, but there were no vacations, no extras, no margin for error. I watched my mother clip grocery coupons at the kitchen table on Sunday nights. I understood early that money was something you were careful with, not something you talked about out loud. So when I moved to Bangalore at 22, I kept things quiet. I was building slowly. I wasn't rich yet. I was just focused and trying to be smart about it. I called home every couple of weeks and kept the conversations light. How's the weather? How's the watchman's dog? How's daddy? Normal stuff. Then I landed my first real contract, a deal that netted me just over 1 crore rupees in 4 months. I made the mistake of telling my brother. We were close back then, or at least I thought we were. He congratulated me, asked questions, seemed genuinely happy. Then the calls started, 3 in 1 week. The first was catching up. The second was a favor. The third was a number, 30 lakh rupees. He had a plan, he said. He just needed a little help getting started. I said no. I said it calmly, kindly, but clearly. He hung up and that was it. 2 years of silence. No birthday text, no Diwali call, nothing. When he finally reached out, it was like nothing had happened. Hey stranger, long time. I played along, but I never forgot, and I started paying much closer attention to the rest of them. My cousin called after my second business cleared. I don't know how she found out, but she did. She needed help with a hospital bill. It felt real. I sent the money and never heard from her again until the following year when there was another bill. My Mossy started forwarding me property listings in our hometown, broad hints about how the family could benefit from someone with capital. My mother started asking about my plans differently, not curious but calculating, like she was scanning for an opening. I don't think they're bad people. I think money just does something to relationships when it shows up uninvited. It shifts the weight of everything. Suddenly you're not a person anymore, you're a resource. And once that shift happens, it's almost impossible to undo. So I undid it a different way. My assistant books flats whenever family visits, a clean 2-bedroom in a regular middle-class society. Nothing embarrassing but nothing impressive. I built a kit, a bag with clothes I wore in my 20s, worn jeans, faded kurtas, a jacket with a broken zipper I never fixed, mismatched steel plates from a local thrift store for a few hundred rupees, a mixer grinder that works but looks like it has been through something, a small stack of electricity and Wi-Fi bills on the counter suggesting someone living carefully inside a tight budget. I park my car 4 blocks away and take an auto to the rental. My real apartment is 20 minutes across the city, floor-to-ceiling windows, a modular kitchen I had custom built, a wardrobe room that is genuinely the size of the spare bedroom I am faking. Nobody in my family has ever seen it. Last month, my mother and sister flew in for a week. I picked them up in an Ola and watched my sister's face the whole drive. We got to the rental and I carried their bags up. Day 2, she did a slow walk through the flat with this look like she was trying to decide what to say. This is it, I shrugged. Rent is brutal out here. She nodded slowly like that made sense, like it explained something she had been wondering. That night, we ordered biryani from Swiggy and ate it on the couch. My sister reached for the phone to pay before I could and said, "Let me get this one." I just stared at her. This is a woman who once sat across from me at a restaurant and let me pay for 4 people without looking up from her phone. I said nothing. I let her pay. Day 4, my mother came and sat next to me while I was making chai and put her hand on the side of my face the way she used to when I was small and said, "You look tired. You are working too hard for too little." I nearly laughed. I own 4 companies. But in that moment, the way she looked at me, that was her, not the one who calls with questions that are really requests, not the one who mentions things are tight back home in a tone that is actually an invoice, just my mother worried about her child. That is what nobody tells you about having money. You don't lose people because they find out. You lose them because of what they become when they think you can afford to lose them too. The rental costs me around 2 lakh rupees for the week, and every single time I sit in that small living room eating biryani off mismatched plates while my family thinks I am barely getting by, I get something back that I genuinely cannot buy anywhere else.